Now, YouTube family, I want to talk about this nature boy, Eligio Bishop, whatever his new names he calls himself. Look, listen, this platform always defends women, especially the sisters. So please spare me some of y'all emotional attitudes and anger. Save that for your baby daddies, boyfriends, and lovers. You feel me? We gotta keep it real on this one. First of all, I'm not a fan of Nature Boy. Most people know this is documented on YouTube. He lied to me multiple times, so I do believe he's a narcissist. I have proof of all our backgrounds, exchanges through DMs and all that, but I don't really expose people on the DMs and do that. You know what I mean? Then no one would trust you. But I find it baffling this court, this systematic system, will find a man like him immediately guilty and immediately sentence him, not even a whole day later, 22 hours later, sentencing him to life plus 10 years and no parole and the wait. And I'm not out here to defend him. He put this on himself, but some of these so-called witnesses and so-called victims were questionable at best. Let's never forget that, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of these people are grown women who are lusting after Nature Boy, and when he didn't pay attention to some of them, they got an vengeful tactic. Now, some of them I do believe were coerced and manipulated, whatever you want to say it. I thought at worst and at best, Nature Boy was gonna get 20 years, and that would have been shocking to me, to be honest with you guys. Anything past, 10 years would have been a shocker. For them to give this man life and all you black women are celebrating, cool, I understand that part. Why aren't you outraged that the court system does not do the same thing to the other groups of people who harm you? See, women, I love y'all so much that I'm gonna keep it real. There's been the other groups of nations that have done heinous and horrific things to you guys, like death, murder, and torture. Nature Boy hasn't even came close to what these other groups of nation have done to you, your kids, your grandparents, and all that, who also happen to be women. They don't even get 5 years in prison or jail. Yet you women are everywhere going brazy, celebrating, saying thank you, judge. This judge had the nerve to sit down and say the reason why she's sentencing Nature Boy so quickly is because he didn't show no sympathy, he didn't show X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, if he says he's innocent, why should he? You know what I mean? I don't think he was innocent for some of these things, but doesn't he have a right to reserve this right of being innocent? So according to these judges, and if I'm not mistaken, that same female judge was the same one who got attacked when she provoked one of the defendants, during a different case. And I actually applauded that defendant. He should have went more hammer on her, my personal opinion. But let's carry on. These demons in court do not like us. You can celebrate the downfall of Nature Boy because he is a narcissist. Cool. I'm not out here to argue with you guys on that, but I find it disturbing the passes you guys give the other nations. I find it disturbing that you give the other nations ammunitions to do this to us while you don't have the same outrage when they do it. I mean, they don't do it to the people who actually do harm you, to the actual groups of people who are actual harm to you. Listen, black women, I get it. You don't like black men. No matter what we say or do, you're always going to be in defense. There is no accountability. And I'm not speaking to all black women, so fall back with the attitude and anger. Once again, I'm not your baby daddy. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your lover. I'm not the side nigga. I'm the dude that's going to love you, pick you up when you're down, and tell you the cold hard truth. And that's what they don't like, not even on YouTube. You paying attention to systematic systems. I don't get into the systematic and all that. I call the devil what the devil is, and like the scripture told me, shame the devil. In this case, the man you call Eligio Bishop, whatever Nature Boy, I'm gonna call him Nature Boy. That's what I knew him as for the last 10 years or more. But Nature Boy, he is no different than some of the people who should be found guilty. I'm cool with that. But what's always going to be something that has to stick and be embedded in your brain is that the fact that the court will always throw the book at us while giving passes to people who look like them, people who remind them of their own kids, grandkids, nephews, nieces. I've seen so much heinous cases in my 30-something years on earth. Never have I ever seen these magistrates say the same lecturing to all these counterparts from their nation, meaning people who look like them. They've never done these things. But when it comes to you and I, you best believe they don't just only throw the books at you, they throw the words. She was so mad at Nature Boy, she didn't only give him life, she added an extra 10 years. One of my homeboys went to prison, you feel me, for murder. Before he went to prison for murder, he was only 14 years old, and something happened with him and an elderly person, which I'm not making an excuse for him. He got 5 years. He served 4.5 years, didn't really have a childhood, got out of prison, and he killed somebody, allegedly or not, whatever. Whether he's guilty or not, he probably is guilty. I'm not making excuses for him. But I was baffled in court when the magistrate, because the dude he killed was another drug dealer trying to kill him. So I was baffled how the judge of that case pretended like they cared for another drug dealer and gave him a lecture. They gave my homeboy life plus 63 years. Now, I do think you should be throwing the book at you for murder. But once again, I'm a fair person. What about the other nations who do the same thing my homeboy did, if not far worse? They don't even get 10 years. They don't even get 5. But you guys are out on IG, you're commenting, it's good for Nature Boy. You're saying all this crap, but you guys have fear in your hearts. You're not ready for this real fight of self-respect. I don't use the word revolution. I call it self-respect. You're not ready for it. It seems you come out in drove to belittle your own kind in front of the masses. Meanwhile, you don't have this same fight for the other nations. And if you notice about groups of the other nations, I got somewhat respect for them. Even though they're against crimes, supposedly, which I don't believe, but you'll never see groups of them going on IG, Facebook, and YouTube talking about, go girl, they got him, they got Nature Boy and all that. No, they stick to a code. It may not be a tasteful code, but nevertheless, it's a code of honor that they have. I don't think those group of people have any type of honor, but nevertheless, it's an honor that they have. Where is our honor, sisters and brothers? And I don't even like Nature Boy, and I think he's guilty of some of these things. If you ask me, I think he's guilty of showing sexual tapes. I think he's guilty of saying the things he did to his own son. I'm not going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? These are the things I find him guilty of. I think he's guilty of being a narcissist. But to say these grown women, some of these things were done to them, it's like, come on. You can clearly see a lot of these women were scorned, jealous. And when they got with Nature Boy in the first place, the only way you're able to get manipulated by anybody, man or woman, is if you were lusting after that individual. And that's just the truth. You can't get over that. Now, a lot of you are going to be mad, even though I was following this case and I was rooting for the women to win. You know what I mean? But it threw me off when they gave him life plus 10 years and no parole. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been groups of nations. One individual, I'm not going to say his name, he's from the other nation. He's killed 10 black women, including women and kids, and they only gave him 30 years, plus he got parole within 15 years. You go study that case. There's reasons I don't want to say the name of that on YouTube, but if any intellectual scholars want to argue with me on that, we can do it offline on IG or Facebook, because they have limitations compared to YouTube. We can definitely do that while I'll show you proof. But you don't need me to show you proof. You guys know this is the actual truth. We can have thousands and thousands of cases. We have cases where they killed our 14-year-old kid for false accusations back in the 1920s. Or whatever, and they gave him the electric chair. That's where they made the movie The Green Mile from. Cases like that, ladies and gentlemen. Emmett Till, we can keep going, but Nature Boy is the one that gets the book thrown at him. There's been many cult leaders of the other nations. They didn't even get a scratch on the hand, but you guys are worrying about this. You should be in fear what they just did to Nature Boy, because whether he's guilty or not, the reason that you should be worried about this, the system took the highest degree to sentence this man. There has never been a fair sentencing practice when it comes to us, and that's what I'm basically saying. I'm not out here to defend Nature Boy. Hell no. Hell no to the fifth power. But I know a lot of you emotional creatures are going to get mad and claim that I'm defending him, even though the receipts and everything is in the pudding. That blessed one do not rock with Nature Boy. But I rock with you, dum-dum. I love you, dum-dum, so therefore I protect you, dum-dum, because you're my brother, you're my sister, and I will speak out on these instances while other ones choose to behave and buffoon type of court jester behavior for the masses. But me, I have self-pride in who I am and who we are as a collective. Yes, we are not a monolith, but we are a group and we are a nation of high kings and queens. When will we act like it? And once again, I'm the only content creator on YouTube that says this when I end a video. You know what I'm about to tell you guys? Love your family, love your kids, and truly, ladies and gentlemen, truly stay blessed.
Man down, man down, dirty Rasta chopper, dirty Rasta chopper, shoot the man down, shoot them around and don't play around. Dirty man chopper, shoot the man down, don't never play your man around. Okay. Dirty Mr. Rasta, Mr. Imposter, chop him up, top shotter, hit him all with a mop stick, ayy. Boom, now he Mr. Fantastic, ayy. Shot him up, dirty Rasta, turn that boy brain into pasta, ayy. 2-gun got shot, no smoke, no shot. Goddamn, screaming too pop, too hot. Bad man down. Dirty Rasta, top shot, the dirty Rasta, top shotter, shot him.